Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Jimmy Dore Show. I'm here with Johnny Fontaine and Steve Rosenfield, and we're talking about the, what are we talking about? Oh, so I was watching the TV the other day, and Joe Scarborough is a little upset. He was about this Trayvon Martin verdict, and he's not upset with the verdict as much as he's upset with the way the right-wing media has been what he considers racist and race baiting. In fact, he's all upset at Sean Hannity. Here's what he has to say about Sean Hannity.
Right, so he had it coming to him. Or Sean Hannity's, I mean, it's straight out of Reefer Madness. I hear he had marijuana in his system. And you know what, you've seen Reefer Madness. You know what happened. Really? Really? In 2013, Sean? Come on. Whatever excuse there is to say this young black man had it coming to him, that is the defense, because there is no defense for shooting down a young black man in a middle-class neighborhood with Skittles.
Okay, so, you know, when Joe Scarborough is the voice of reason, the wheels have really come off the train. That's all I'm saying. So he's upset about... So what happened was he watched Sean Hannity ginning up this race baiting to increase his ratings, right? And so and at first I was like, good for Joe Scarborough, right? He's finally got some balls. He's going to take on the right-wing media. And then I'm like, really? This is the thing that finally, like, Joe Scarborough, did you just get a TV last week? So Joe Scarborough puts his detective hat on, turns on Fox News, and he's like, son of a bitch, you're never going to believe what's happening over at Fox News. Those guys are doing a little race baiting. Really, Joe? No, Joe, this is your party. This is the culture you've immersed yourself into. Remember, I don't know, you were a congressman, you were a Republican congressman during the second coming of the Southern Strategy, okay? Right, the Southern Strategy, the last two Republican chairmen have apologized for the Southern Strategy. There's, I don't know, how about we have Shirley Sherrod? All right, how about we have the Southern Strategy? How about we have Trayvon Martin right now? How about we have everybody asking him for his long-form birth certificate? This is now, finally, this is the thing. Like, Joe Scarborough's like, I think there might be some racist tendencies in the right-wing media. Son of a bitch. This is what...
He didn't own a TV. I actually do not own a TV, so I did some research before coming on this program, and it turns out they don't like Muslims very much.
Oh, really?
And Cinemax, a lot of titties. Yeah.
A lot of titties on Cinemax. Wow.
TV is an amazing place.
Thanks for doing that research, John. I appreciate it. Maybe you want to get a memo off to the morning Joe Scarborough, huh? Yeah, because he'd like to know that stuff. You know what else Joe Scarborough found out? He's like, if that clip would have went on, he was like, and I turned on ESPN, it's all sports. That's all they do over there. It's all sports. Fox is race baiting when we got sports on ESPN. What else is going on?
Yeah. So it turns out that Joe Scarborough is about as educated about what's going on in the country as the average mainstream media viewer.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
He's right in sync then.
Nice. Yes, he's right in sync with the That's right. He's right down the middle. Okay. So I just want to play this for Joe Scarborough. See, because the whole thing was, this was the response. Barack Obama gave a speech about Trayvon Martin where he said a lot of nice things, where he said, you know, when I say nice things, I mean things that acknowledge the problems of race in our culture. One of them being where he talked about how white people would all lock their car doors. Before he was a senator, he would cross the street and all the whites would lock their door. Or he'd be in an elevator and a woman would clutch her purse and be near. So he's telling all these stories about what it's like to grow up black in America. No matter how good of a person you are, you're always assumed to be a criminal. And that didn't sit well with the people over at Fox News. They didn't like that shit. So what they thought was like, you're upset with the fact that we are afraid of blacks? Well, guess what? We dug up some crime statistics, and here's their response to Barack Obama's Trayvon Martin speech. Let's just play it.
Here's the headline. Young black men commit homicides at a rate 10 times greater than whites and Hispanics combined.
Here's an inconvenient fact. Anytime there's interracial crime, there's an overwhelming chance that the victim is going to be white and that the criminal is going to be black.
When you look at the crime numbers, African Americans, this is astonishing. African Americans make up 13% of the population, but commit more than half the murders in this country.
Yeah, so there you go. So what they're saying, Barack Obama is saying, hey, why are white people afraid of blacks? And the white people at Fox are saying, of course we're afraid of you. You guys are fucking criminals. You're all goddamn murderers. Did you see the statistics? You're all fucking murderers. That's what they're saying. Yes, we're afraid. They just went and said it. They didn't even bother. And the thing that gets me, John, is like this kind of they all do it as if they're doing it like they have lab coats on. By the way, the scientists just brought this in. Turns out blacks are murderers. I'm Chris Wallace. I do hard news. No, you don't do hard news. You're race baiting. This is more race baiting from Fox News. And you know what kills me? One more thing is that Paula Deen. Paula Deen had to quit for something she might have said 30 years ago. I don't even know. But these guys, sure, their racism is bad, but Paula Deen's racism could have ruined someone's dessert.
That's the end of the meal, Jimmy. You want a good feeling at the end of the meal.
Or else you're not going to digest.
You want that taste in your mouth.
So did you ever see, have you seen that stuff, John?
Yeah, I saw the Hannity stuff. I mean, I'm glad that they're finally talking about like the plight of urban violence. And I don't watch Fox, so I have to imagine that they've been covering this stuff for years, and it's not just a shallow race-based capitalization on a tragic event. But I could be wrong.
Very nicely put, John.
Yeah.
So that's the and all those guys and Barbara Boxer will continue to go on that show with Chris Wallace as if what he was doing right there was a completely horrible racism, worse than anything Paula Deen could have ever done. Yet there they are they're literally going, blacks are murderers.
And also, like, they show you, obviously they choose the stats they want. They don't show you that, for instance, it's like 0.016% of black males commit a murder. You actually are more likely to die falling off of your ladder in a given year than being shot by a black male. But you don't see Zimmerman going around the neighborhood and gunning down hoodie-wearing ladders. So they're obviously, they're
I wouldn't put that past Zimmerman, though, by the way.
Exactly, yeah.
I wouldn't say, these ladders always get away. These fucking ladders, huh? Are you following the ladder? Yes, we don't need you to do that. He's right there.
I got this.
I got it, don't worry. I'm not worrying about the bad luck. All right.
That's cute.
So, I don't know, I just can't, I can't get over that somehow Joe Scarborough thinks it's just Sean Hannity and that all those guys can get away with that and nobody, they're still trying to boycott Rush Limbaugh. They're still upset at Rush Limbaugh and Sandra Fluke. I saw that, hey, Cumulus might drop Rush Limbaugh. And do you know who they're gonna replace him with? Fucking Michael Savage. It's a big win, big win. Couldn't we stop with these stupid boycotts? You're never gonna get rid of ignorance. It's always gonna be there.
Yeah, but the thing that they might be missing is that the country has been boycotting conservative radio because they don't watch it. Like, they're going to switch over to Michael Savage, which is going to drastically change the daily routine of the 5 old people who still listen to that shit every day.
I agree. I agree with you.